I thought I knew everything about my husband. I was wrong. My name is Sarah. I'm 32 years old. I've been married to my husband, Mark, for 6 years. We have a 4-year-old daughter. We live in a beautiful house in the suburbs. We have a golden retriever named Charlie. We take family photos every Christmas. We're that couple. The one everyone looks at and thinks, wow, they have it all together. Or at least, I thought we were. Everything started falling apart about 3 weeks ago. And the thing that broke me wasn't an affair, wasn't a fight. It was a key, a small, silver key I found in his jacket pocket, a key I'd never seen before in my life. I'm an organized person. I do the laundry, I put things where they belong. I fold his clothes, hang his jackets, empty his pockets before washing. So when I found that key, I didn't think much of it at first. I assumed it was for his office, or maybe a storage unit we'd forgotten about. I put it on the kitchen counter and asked him about it later that night. He picked it up, turned it over in his hands, and I saw his face go pale, just for a second. Then he smiled and said, "Oh, that's for the office. I've had that forever." He was lying. I know my husband. I've known him for 10 years. We met in college. We've been through everything together. I know when he's lying. The way he avoids eye contact, the way he scratches the back of his neck, the way his voice goes a little too high. He did all three. But I let it go. I told myself I was being paranoid. I told myself marriage is about trust. I told myself I was just being a crazy wife. That was my first mistake. Over the next few weeks, I started noticing things. Little things at first. He'd come home later than usual. He'd take phone calls in the other room. He'd turn his phone away from me when he was texting. He'd get up in the middle of the night and I'd hear him walking around the house. I'd ask him what was wrong and he'd say, "I couldn't sleep, just stressed about work." I asked him about it. He said I was being paranoid. He said work was stressful. He said he loved me. I wanted to believe him. Then one night, I was sitting on the couch watching TV. My daughter was asleep. He was in the shower. His phone buzzed on the coffee table. A text from an unknown number. I shouldn't have looked. I know I shouldn't have, but something came over me. A gut feeling, that intuition you can't explain. The text said, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow. I miss you." My heart stopped. My hands were shaking. I picked up the phone. I went to open the conversation, and that's when I saw it. Messages. Months of them. Pet names. "Good morning, beautiful. Can't stop thinking about you. I love you. You're my favorite person." He was having an affair, or so I thought. I confronted him the next day. I was screaming, crying. I couldn't control myself. I threw his phone at him. I said, "Who is she? Who have you been talking to?" He tried to calm me down. He said, "It's not what you think." I said, "What else could it be? You're telling another woman you love her. You're texting her good morning every day. You're sneaking around behind my back." He took a deep breath. He looked at me. And then he said something I'll never forget. "I'm not cheating on you, Sarah. I'm living a double life." I didn't understand. I asked him what he meant. He said, "I've been going to therapy. I've been struggling. I have a second apartment. I go there sometimes to get away, to think, to escape." I didn't believe him. I said, "Then who is that woman? Who are you texting? Why does she have a name saved in your phone?" He said, "She's my therapist. She's my therapist, Sarah. I told her I love her because she's the only person who's been there for me. But I don't mean it like that. She's just my safe space. She's the only one I can talk to." I didn't know what to think. I was confused, angry, sick to my stomach. I asked to see the apartment. He said no. He said it was his place, his private space. The only thing he had that was just his. But I pushed. I needed to know the truth. He gave me the address. I drove there alone the next day. I didn't tell him I was coming. I just went. The apartment was in a part of town I'd never been to. A rundown area on the other side of the city. The building was old. The hallway was dark. The elevator was broken. I climbed 3 flights of stairs. I used the key. It opened. I stepped inside, and what I saw, I'll never forget for as long as I live. The apartment wasn't messy. It wasn't a man cave. It wasn't a secret love nest. It wasn't anything I expected. It was a shrine. Walls covered in photos. Photos of me. Photos of our daughter. Photos of our wedding, our dog, our family vacations. Photos of us laughing. Photos of us fighting. Photos of us at the hospital when our daughter was born. There were notes everywhere, letters he never sent. Some of them dated back years. He wrote about how he felt, how he loved me, how he didn't know how to tell me he was drowning, how he was scared I'd leave him if I knew the truth, how he felt like he was failing as a husband and a father. There were journals, months of entries, pages and pages of his thoughts, his fears, his struggles. He was depressed. He was anxious. He was so scared of being a burden that he built a secret life, a secret place where he could break down without me seeing. He wasn't cheating. He wasn't living a double life with another woman. He was lost, and he was too scared to tell me. I sat on the floor of that apartment for over an hour. I read his letters. I looked at his photos. I cried. I couldn't stop crying. For him. For us. For all the years we wasted not talking. I went home. I hugged him. I didn't say anything at first. I just held him. He was confused. He asked me what was wrong. I said, I went to the apartment. He froze. He looked terrified. He said, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. I said, you don't have to be sorry. You're not alone. You've never been alone. He broke down. He told me everything. How he felt invisible. How he thought I'd judge him. How he didn't want to burden me. How he was scared I'd leave him if I knew how broken he really was. We spent the whole night talking. For the first time in years, we were honest with each other. We cried together. We held each other. We made promises. We started therapy together. We're working on it. It's not easy. It's messy. Some days are good. Some days are really, really hard. But we're trying. Sometimes the person you love isn't cheating. They're not lying. They're not trying to hurt you. They're just drowning, and they're too scared to ask for help. So if you're struggling, tell someone. If you love someone, make sure they know they can talk to you. Because the worst thing you can do is hide, not from your partner, not from your family, but from yourself.